All right, we've reached the MMA section, and you know what? I'm gonna pass the mic to Isaiah because he's the expert in this field.
So, oh, this is special for me. I get my own MMA section this guy,
Yeah.
guys. So, in celebration of that, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. If you listen to the podcast on Spotify, if you catch us on YouTube, please go ahead and go to us there. We are increasing our stuff. You know what I mean? We're increasing our platform. We're getting more and more subscribers. So, if you like what we do, please help us in any way that you feel fit. We would graciously appreciate it. But first point is UFC 282 just happened, and this is going to be the main theme of this podcast. It happened in the boxing section, and it definitely happened in the MMA section. The fights were either close or they were just robbed. Close or robbed. We'll just go with just everything was like really, really close. So we'll get to that a little bit later, but the first one is we're going to start off with the most controversial topic of the entire bout, which was the Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon fight. So, if you guys don't know, Jared Gordon is uh, obviously one of the top fighters in the UFC. Meaning he's I'm not saying he's like one that's really well known, but he's up there, and his skill base is up there. Paddy Pimblett is a new up and coming star. He's like what I like to call the he's getting the Conor McGregor type of treatment in a way, where even not in terms of their fights, but in terms of how they're treated, right? Because Paddy Pimblett and Conor McGregor's fights, they are so different. You can tell Conor like is what he says he is. He beats people in ways that make him that good. Paddy Pimblett is not that. You could definitely tell that they're trying to build up a fighter really really well to the point where like he has a good chance at becoming the next Conor McGregor. That's what I mean by that. And so Paddy Pimblett won a controversial like fight against Jared Gordon. And I'm gonna ask this to you, Mark. When you saw what you could see of the fight,
Mhm.
was Jared Gordon robbed, or did Paddy do enough to be dominant in the fight? What do you think?
Ooh, I think by what? Hey, I didn't watch the fight, but I saw a lot of highlights.
Mm.
I saw multiple highlights. One highlight showed Paddy Pimblett dominating the fight, quote unquote, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's another one that showed Gordon landing some clean left hooks, right overhand rights, takedowns, and showed he had more of the effective punches. And then I saw like commentary and thoughts from other people, and and these people are like well versed in MMA,
Mm-hmm.
and they all said that Jared Gordon was robbed.
Damn.
I from the small sample size I saw, I think I think there could be arguments made that Paddy Pimblett won, but the issue is it's a close fight. I'm not saying it's a blowout, right? If it was a blowout, that would be a different story. We'd be having a different conversation right now if it was a blowout. But it
Mm.
was not. It was still a very close competitive fight. And I think I would agree that Jared Gordon should have won.
Mm.
Should have won. But I'm not going to scream to the high heavens it was a robbery like that.
Mm.
Primarily because it was
Okay.
still a close fight. Depending on where, again, like what we said in our earlier segment, where you are in the ring. Who this was placed in where? The UK, right?
Oh, I actually, yeah. This is the UK.
This was in the UK. Of course, Paddy Pimblin's gonna win. One again, the crowd. We had this discussion earlier where the judges are placed. I don't know how it is in the octagon. I
Oh,
don't.
oh, wait. No. Take that back. Take that back. Scratch that. Sorry. It happened in the T-Mobile Arena.
Oh, here in Vegas?
Yeah, it did.
Mm, I'm an
Sorry,
idiot.
my
I'm an
bad.
idiot. I'm an
No.
idiot.
That was my bad too. I should have done more research. I forgot. Sorry, we don't see the inside. We don't see the outside. Sorry, we can see the outside.
Well, again, I think it's again placement. See the placement of the judges,
Mm-hmm.
what they see and the crowd's reaction. I think, Paddy Pimblett being who he is kind of sways people one way or the other. But I do think that Gordon won, but it was not definitive enough for me for him to have like the outrage of like a robbery. If he won all three, like without a doubt, like even like I watched the whole fight, without a doubt he won, and Paddy Pimblett still won by a decision, and it was all three judges going for Paddy. I'll be like, yo, that's a robbery. But this one, I'm like, yeah, it was a close fight, so can't really scream robbery if it's close.
I mean, the good thing that you pointed out was the crowd. The reason why I thought it was in the UK is because of the crowd, because the crowd was like a super heavy Paddy crowd.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, maybe it is in UK because I heard like so many uh like chants for like Paddy, Paddy, right? And so I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it is in the UK. But no, he just has uh a lot of fans there. So but what I would uh touch up on as well is the way that the UFC fights are scored. There is a number of ways, but it boils down to like control heavy strikes and light strikes as well, and then total landed, right? So this is not coming from me, but this is coming from another YouTube channel. If you guys are familiar with the Weasel, um, on YouTube, he does a lot of MMA and I believe boxing too. MMA and boxing, uh, fight breakdowns after the fight.
Go
So, which
subscribe
is,
to his channel.
but also, yeah, so go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But if you go over to that channel, come back and subscribe to us so that you can kind of get our thoughts too. We'd love to have you as well. But he basically ran it down for us round by round. It's a 3 round fight because it wasn't a main event fight. Um, and Jared Gordon won round 1 and 2 based off of the of amount of effective punches. Basically, he landed way more effectively than Paddy did, and he had more control as well. Because if even in round 3, you could see it. Uh, what do you call it? Jared Gordon had Paddy on the wall pretty much the whole time, and Paddy was cruising most of the time. He even said in one of the interviews that he was just trying to coast the 3rd round. But in that sense, Jordan maybe could have gone 0-3 if that was the case. But main point being Jared Gordon landed more significant strikes and had more ground control as well. So therefore, um I think that Jared Gordon was robbed. I I don't know how long Paddy could last if he's not up to the level. Um, because he looked pretty like Mark said, it looked kind of close. It wasn't like a total domination, right? Or like even anybody would have suspected that, but the large majority said that Jared Gordon was definitely robbed, which means that Paddy Pimblett is on Jared Gordon's level. So if he goes anywhere above this, I don't know if he's gonna have that Conor McGregor effect like Dana wants him to. So
He should
that's
go.
what I
He,
think
you know
about
what? He
that.
should go above.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. Fuck
Yeah, you know what?
it. Why not?
Fucking send him against Islam, man. Have him have him
I'm
go
just saying
against
that.
Charles Oliveira. They're in the same weight class, right? Lightweight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah,
like
fucking.
you gotta stop searching for Conor McGregor, man. He doesn't his kind of
See, this is the thing.
energy,
I've
dude, it doesn't come
noticed.
around
I've
like
noticed this
that.
about both boxing and MMA. Like boxing, they're trying to recreate a Floyd, and
Mm,
then in MMA, they're trying to recreate Connor.
yeah. You
No,
gotta, you gotta, you gotta stop doing that, man. Like it's not
they're one
gonna.
of ones, guys. They're one of
Yeah.
ones. Stop. Let them be
Find
them.
exactly like find new, like hype them up another way, right? But
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to do that in the. I guess it's a lot easier to do that in the UFC than boxing because boxing it's so easy to set you up, right? Um, in terms of like promotion and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's just
mean,
my
well, the
opinion.
thing is, like, again, I don't agree with both these huge promotional companies trying to recreate the one-time success they've had in like
Hmm.
in Connor and Floyd. They're like we see the people who try to try to be like them, and they fail horribly. And the thing is, I don't think Paddy Pimblett is it.
Mm.
He talks
You think it's a
good.
hype?
He
You think it's a
talks
hype
good.
train? You think it's just a hype train?
Oh, hey man, the way I saw that Jared Gordon fight, especially round 1 and 2, where Jared Gordon was landing good, clean left hooks on him.
Hmm.
Either Jared Gordon has no power, or Paddy has a really good chin.
Hmm.
One way we would find out is if he goes in there with someone, right? And we'll see what happens. Me personally, I don't think it's it.
Mm.
I don't think it's it
Okay.
as of right now, right? Unless he fights someone that you and I both agree used to be or still is in that fringe top 10, you know.
Mm.
I would like to see that because I'll be honest, Patty's ground game's pretty good,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, I just don't know yet. It's like Patty Pimblett is like being hyped up to be a little too big, you know. They're giving him big shoes to fill, and I don't think he can fill them just yet. Because I don't know why they're like, yo, Patty Pimblett versus Connor. That's the big fight that needs to be made. And Patty's like calling it out. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, like, even though Connor's like a has been, kind of, not really, but he hasn't been in the octagon for a long period of time, he still has that touch of death. He still has that pop in his hand.
Mm.
And if he hits you clean on that little chin of yours, I don't think you can get up. And there goes Dana White's next big hit, right?
Yeah. There's
Because
been a lot of those. Like it was actually is actually supposed to be Darren Till too. They tried that with Darren Till and Ben Askren.
yeah, and
So
it's hard because Connor was both a person who was very talkative,
mhm.
backs up what he was saying, and he was excited when he fought because he brought knockouts. That's what people love, knockouts.
Mhm.
Submissions are great and all, but knockouts is the one where it gets the whole crowd excited. And Connor provided that.
Oh, dude, he provided that in aces.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think Paddy is that.
No.
I mean, he can talk. Yeah, great talker. But in terms of the knockout and like the wow factor, it's not there for me. It's not.
It
It's
takes
not there.
a yeah, it takes a specific type of fighter to pull that off. And Patty's just really good. It's just not the style that he has. It's not particular enough to where you will achieve knockout results all the time.
Yeah.
Like as good as Loma is, he's not known for knockouts, right? He carved out his own like kind of niche there. It's where it's his footwork, his evasion, his ability to read your location. You know, I don't know that rhymed a little bit, but but yeah, like you gotta have that kind of niche for people to be like, want to watch you like that over and over again.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of people like Patty, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But let us know. I finally get to do this. But we know what's really important is we also want to know what you guys think. So we want to go ahead and extend our invitation to let us know what you guys think in the comments section below.
So, thank you guys for listening to the M&I's podcast. If you enjoyed our content or have anything to say about the things we talked about, please like, comment, and subscribe.
And for sure, we are improving every single day. And we always try to give you the absolute best from the M&I's podcast. Help us reach that 1,000 subscriber mark. And we will see you guys next time. Peace, guys.
Peace.